So how do we turn failures into success? It's not as hard as you think. In this video, we'll be going over how do we look at failures and what is the formula in those failures where we can use that failure DNA to actually switch to show us our success DNA. I'll show you what I mean. Let's get into it. Hey, how's it going? My name is Juan Alvarado. I am your personal and professional development coach, where I take those people in leadership positions and bridge the gap between their position and their people, where we focus on our development to make us a better me so we can be a better we. All right, let's get into it. So how do we turn failures into success? Simple question I know a lot of people out there ask. So what is failure? It's a whole bunch of missteps, a whole bunch of little missteps over and over and over again. Right? So a lot of you can look on your cell phones. A lot of people use Instagram, right? If I go into my account, and you can even do this on your phone, I believe, your regular phone, you can look at your usage of how much you use of your cell phone. So I'm gonna go on here and go to my account, go to my activity and look under time. So just today alone, 2 hours and 33 minutes, and that's just today. Monday, so we were off this week, so I spent a lot of time on my phone, right? 2 hours and 31 minutes on Monday, 3 hours and 12 minutes on Sunday, 3 hours and 40 minutes on Saturday, right? So these are my off days, but usually it's about an hour, hour and a half for me just on Instagram. And what am I doing? I'm posting, I'm researching things, I'm looking at comments, replying to comments, but a lot of people use it to consume. So the reason why I'm asking you is I might find this as a failure. So what's a failure, right? You might say, I don't see spending time on Instagram a failure. For me, I do. So ask yourself, or in the comments below, go ahead and write down what do you see, or what is a failure you see in your life that you're having struggles with. So for me, it might be my phone is taking time away from me. And for a lot of people, that's it. So if failure is a whole bunch of little things gone wrong, right? So failure is failure to maybe download an app on my phone that will restrain me from being on the phone. Doing this and throwing my phone on the other side of the room so I don't get on it. The little failures lead to an overarching, bigger failure. So ask yourself, what is a failure in my life? Is it failure that I'm not being more loving to a loved one, right? So it was the small failure of calling, the small failure of texting, the small failure of maybe talking back or having attitude, and all those small failures lead into bigger, larger failures. So what do? How do we get that DNA, or what I like to say, the lesson in that to learn? So Jim Rohn talks about what's easy to do is also easy not to do. So it was easy not to send that text message. It was easy to open up your phone. But it's also easy to get rid of your phone. It is easy to text that person. So let's look at your day. So I'm going to do something. I'm going to take you from here and go to my board, and I want to show you how you can look at changing your day visually and turn those failures into successes. Come with me to the board. So how do we turn our failures into success? And so I want you to look at the time that you wake up to the point where you go to sleep. Now, picture this. Typical person, wake up, get ready, right? Wake up, get ready. So wake up, get ready. So that stands for. And then it might be work, right? You might have, and this is still work, but there might be a lunch, right? Lunch, that's an L for lunch in there. And then it might be, and I forgot this here. So here might be, was the drive, right? The drive to and from work, drive. And then this might be dinner. And then this might just be maybe family and TV, right? If this is your full day, figure out where your mistakes were. So in the example that I gave, it was maybe a lack of communication with a loved one, right? So where are your points of opportunity? My opportunities were my drive, my lunch, my drive, and maybe during family time. Check out these opportunities. So you know that these are your opportunities. Maybe it was too much time on your phone, right? So where were you on your phone? Well, I was on my phone when I was getting ready, and I did it a couple times when I was at work. And then I was on my phone while I was driving and during dinner. Then you can start to see, dang, there's a lot of issues and problems. I'm on my phone a lot. Or I don't talk or tell this person that I care about them, love them, or say I'm sorry, whatever it is, quite a bit. So this is what you do. This is how we turn our failures to success. If you know that this is the time that you're on your phone, so you're on your phone, maybe you shouldn't be on your phone at work, but I want to show you something. Speaking of relationships, is there like a podcast? Search up building relationship with wife or husband or my kids or whatever it is. Could you be listening to a podcast, right? Could you be listening to a podcast here? Could you be listening to it here or on your drive? Or could you be listening to the podcast, during work while you're working? If not, that's okay. Could you be listening to it at your lunch? Could you be listening to it on your drive home, right? And then instead of watching TV or being with your family watching TV, could it be something engaging? Could it be something engaging with your family? Does you get what I'm saying? So now what we're doing is we are removing these problems, and we start to enter in the solution. We have to know where the problem is in order to bring the solution. So picture this. If I have a lawn in front and I know that there's weeds, I have to know the difference between grass and weeds. Because if the solution is weed killer, I can't just go spray it all over the place and then have a dead lawn. I have to know where exactly to spray, what type of spray, because there's spray that doesn't hurt your lawn. So I have to know the proper solution for the proper situation. Does this make sense? So in order to flip our failures into successes, I don't read enough. I watch too much TV. I'm on my phone too much. Flip it. See, our phone is an instrument that hurts us so much, right? We can go and spend so much time on it where we're neglecting something. We can be saying bad comments or unfriending somebody or, getting into somebody's DMs that maybe we shouldn't have, or whatever it is causing issues. However, we could be using that phone for a podcast, for sending those messages to our significant other or our kids or whatever, to say, this is how much I appreciate you. See, we have to understand that what hurts us can also help us. The instrument that we use, is it being used correctly? So I've identified where the problem is, and I can cover it with a solution. Now we'll get into another video at a separate time where we'll talk about what apps and stuff that you can put into your phones and things like that. But this is how we turn our failures into successes. The other thing is to not only identify the problem, but we also need to identify the solution, which what we did here. The other thing that we need to do is ask ourselves, what is the lesson that I need to learn? We have to understand the lesson that we need to learn. So, if I'm speeding, I get a ticket, the lesson learned is to slow down. The lesson is to enjoy life, to enjoy the journey to work, to learn on the way to work, to slow things down. There's a deeper lesson here. So, what's more important, my phone or my people? What's more important, TV or the engagement with my family? Entertainment or entertaining my family, getting to know my family, getting to know another family on TV, like watching a TV show, or getting to know my own family. So we have to identify the problem, identify the solution, and then ask yourself, what's the lesson that I need to learn here? Everyone should constantly be learning. The day you stop learning is the day that you stop growing. Thank you so much for joining me today. Make sure that you click on one of these videos over here that will help you in your next step in the journey to becoming successful. Let's go get it.